Hello everyone, my name is Mary Eva and this is my final prototype demonstration for the Instructional Design Project, Dental Nutrition Essentials. This learning tool is for the second year dental hygiene students and focuses on how nutrition affects oral health. Now my mission is to empower future dental professionals with foundational nutritional knowledge that will impact on the health outcomes so they can take it out to real life learning lessons. Now for students struggling with connecting nutrition concepts to dental care, this project bridges that gap with concise visual and interactive materials. So this will be focused on our second year hygiene students, and as far as trying to apply the foundational nutritional concepts. Now the Dental Nutrition Essential addresses the structural problem with the visual and driven digital resources. So of course they will be for my second year students, and the design is grounded on the principle of design-based research and learner-centered design. So it's incorporated creative prototyping practices that I did on some readings that we've had. And of course our artifact is we worked on the Genially for the core part of the learning, and it will involve many lectures, some quick quizzes, visual aids, and some scenario-based learning. The development process, well, that took a while, but the initial artifact began, but then I went into some Genially, and I ended up using a chalkboard learning template to actually help me get that Genially prototype going. So then let me show you our Genially. Load this up. So it'll start off with some basic information on the Dental Nutrition Essential, and then I have many prototype links going, but I focused on one module. So on this one module that I focus on is on sugar and pH and demineralization of teeth. So from there, you're able to go to different sections of the module. I'll show you better on. So in that module, we'll go in and it'll break it down into points of, importance of what is sugar, lowers in pH and weakens the enamel. I put in a small little visual in this one with a learning lesson. And then after they go through the module, they can go in and do quick quizzes, and they can kind of just think about the question for a little bit. What snack combination is the least harmful for their teeth? And if they can pick and choose, and as they look through it, I give them small hints and reminders of what that choice may have been a right or wrong answer and why. After they go through those, then we can go back to our sessions of learning, and I have one just for Module 1, and it goes back to answer why the others weren't correct. I have an introduction of notations of understanding, the objectives, and the content for that particular moduling questions. And they can go back and do once they do their quiz, let me see, go to the other quiz session. and they'll continue to Module 1 and what they've learned. And then they can go into self-assessment and see, after they've reviewed everything, they went over the high notes and the high points and any hints and possibilities of helpful ideas for them to learn from. And once they're at that point, they can start their exam. And once they start their exam, they can go in and answer the question. And once they answer it, they can submit. And then they're given just a little encouragement. And then they can continue on to the next question. So those would be 5 questions per module. And that'll help them at least figure if they've got that module down and concept before they move on to the next one. And that is with Genially. Now, back to our website. I also embedded the conjecture map. It takes a minute to open. And I did focus on the design for the Dental Nutrition Essentials course. And we can go in here for full screen view. And I broke it down to micronutrients and oral health, also the micronutrients, macronutrients, and also dietary habits, populations and life stages, common oral conditions, preventive strategies, and interdisciplinary approaches. Now, of course, the prototype I have doesn't have everything in there, but this is something I'm going to focus on and finish with my actual course itself, and I'm wanting to implement all these into the modules for the students. So on the Genially, once they have all that information and they get the self-assessment slides, I want to be able to be focused on, because it's not going to be for a grade, it's more for a learning experience for them and a study guide almost to kind of get as much information and knowledge before we take our actual exam. So this is pretty much my project, and I'm hoping you really enjoyed it. It took a while to put this together, so it taught me really how to balance a lot of things, not only just theory and clarity and interactivity, but I plan to add more topics, like I said, and accessibility features, and maybe even some printable materials in the future into this prototype. Well, once I get it running, the module itself. So thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to your feedback on anything I may need to change or add. So thank you so much for taking your time and looking at everything.